All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I got some exciting news to share with you guys today concerning a powerhouse called Chainlink. For those of you guys who don't know, Chainlink is a powerhouse in the crypto ecosystem, and they work with decentralized oracles. So oracles are very important to the crypto ecosystem and to the blockchain because oracles allow data to be fetched that exist in the outside world and feed it into the smart contracts on top of the blockchain for your dApp to run smoothly and perfectly. So Chainlink partnered with another powerhouse in the crypto industry, the inventor of the automated market maker or liquidity pool, Bancorv. So Bancorv invented the automated market maker in 2017. And it's working great. It's still working today. You can trade tokens in a decentralized way. So they set up a whole network of liquidity that allows you to trade tokens for other tokens using simply a smart contract. So getting rid of the bid-ask system. So that's what Bancorv did. But one of the main problems with liquidity pools so far has been this phenomenon called impermanent loss. And with the help of Chainlink, Bancorv2 claims to have fixed this problem of impermanent loss. Now, if this is true, and I have all the faith in the world in both teams, I think Bancorv and the BNT token in specific is gearing up for a major run, and here's why. Impermanent loss, just to understand, impermanent loss is pretty much what happened in the system of liquidity provision. So I wanted to become a liquidity provider in this decentralized liquidity network. Okay, well then I'm going to have to contribute some of my assets that aren't doing anything for me, some of my tokens inside this smart contract, and I want to get an ROI. So what pretty much happens is I contribute my tokens into the smart contract, and because my tokens are there, somebody else can use my tokens pooled with other people's assets. So my tokens get pooled with other tokens inside in a big pool inside a smart contract. And now traders can use that pool of assets to trade asynchronously, meaning they don't need somebody on the other end who's ready to process their trade in real time. It's happening asynchronously. So Bancorv allows for you to do that, and that's the whole beauty of the liquidity pool. And it's working great. It's working fine today. They have all sorts of DEX aggregators, and what a DEX aggregator does is it pretty much scans the market. It looks for the best price, which is usually based on high liquidity, because high liquidity means less slippage, so you can access more trades inside the pools. So that's ultimately a good thing. High liquidity means more trades. So these DEX aggregators are looking for the highest liquidity pools. So one thing that has been plaguing the liquidity pool ecosystem has been this phenomena of impermanent loss. Now, understanding impermanent loss just basically means that you have assets. Like me as a liquidity provider, I want to use my assets, put them in the smart contract, and then get a fee of everybody who trades inside the liquidity pool. So I'm going to get a fee, but the problem is, that's beneficial to me. I'm getting that reward for everybody who trades in out of that liquidity pool. I'm going to be rewarded a piece of that liquidity pool. So this is beneficial to me as a liquidity provider. The incentives should be aligned. But the problem is, if one of the underlying assets inside the liquidity pool, or maybe both of the underlying assets inside the liquidity pool, shifts too much, the liquidity pool actually balances itself out, and you end up with this thing called a impermanent loss. And it's no good. It's no good for the ecosystem, because it's possible that you actually lose money instead of an absolute gain. And that's kind of what we're looking for in the crypto space. We're sort of trying to lock in a return that you can feel safe and also earn a high ROI. And I think Bancorv version 2, which is going to be released next month in June, Bancorv version 2 will be the explosion that we need. I think we're setting up for something that everyone will want to use. Absolutely. I think Bancorv version 2 is a product that once everybody figures out the power of Bancorv version 2 and its liquidity pool model, everyone will want to use it. Everybody will want to stake their tokens. Bancorv's also working with a company called Aave, which is a lending protocol. So you're going to be able to stake your tokens and lend your stake tokens. So it's sort of a double yield. So that's going to be twice as much yield as you would have normally gotten. And they've eliminated the possibility that you would experience an impermanent loss. So now any losses that you take are only possible if the token absolutely fails. And on top of that, no longer will you have to contribute liquidity to the system in 2 tokens. Now you can choose to have exposure to 1 token, or however much exposure you want to 1 token or asset inside the pool. You're not bound by having a 50% of this token and a 50% of that token. Now you are completely free to customize your own exposure as it should be, because what this is basically mimicking is your portfolio. This is just simply a way to have a portfolio that is constantly earning value through people trading back and forth in the system. You're gonna earn off of people trading. So I'm very excited to see how the launch of Bancorv version 2 goes. I'm excited to read more about the specifics and the details once those are released. I'm assuming they will be coming soon. And it looks like this ecosystem is getting ready to fire up. This is not investment advice. Take it with a grain of salt. I do think BNT is priming up for a major run. It's very undervalued. It doesn't have a high circulating supply or even a total supply at the moment. And there's just so much utility for the Bancorv network token. Not to mention, there will be a community voted DAO being formed for Bancorv, as well as an inflation set that is going to dilute BNT token holders that don't contribute to liquidity pools. And it's going to incentivize liquidity providers into these pools. So you're going to get even more return on investment. So it should attract a lot of attention. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt. This is just what I'm doing. I'm personally very excited to be holding BNT right now. And I think, like I said, we're gearing up for a major run. There's a lot of positive things that I see coming down the pike for Bancorv, especially some of these partnerships that they've made recently, as well as the possibility that they could very soon be on the Wax blockchain. And if they are on the Wax blockchain, I've got nothing but, I don't own any Wax tokens, but I definitely respect what they're doing over there with the digital trading cards and the garbage pail kids. And, they really are taking crypto mainstream quicker than anybody else I can see. So what a great place to start having liquidity for the long tail of tokens and NFTs, and they're really going to need liquidity. So I'm super glad to see them all working together, because that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Is Bancorv version 2 going to take us to the moon? Is this what we have all been waiting for? Do you think it's really possible? Did they really get rid of the impermanent laws? And how do you think that plays as far as the trading market goes? Are there going to be a lot of decentralized exchanges that lose traction if they're not using a liquidity pool market? Does the whole market sort of default to these aggregators of liquidity, or does decentralized exchanges really need to exist on the same level that they did before? How quickly does this happen? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.